Right, students. So now we are going to do this activity in order to understand couple of forces. So you are already familiar with moment of force. What is that? There needs to be an axis of rotation or a point of rotation through which you have an axis. So here this screw nut is the point of rotation. So from there, if we take this loop, that is the perpendicular distance between the point of rotation and the application of force. So using that, if I use just 1 Newton balance and apply a force, we will get the reading, and that will be the magnitude of the force that is needed to rotate this wooden plank. So that will be the moment of force. So you know the distance and you can find the moment of force. But we will just concentrate on the magnitude only. So first I will just connect this to this point and I will try to rotate it. As it starts to move, we need to get the reading. So here you can see it's 3 newtons. As it starts to move, the force is 3 newtons. So again, if we try also, you will be able to understand it's 3 newtons. Is that clear, students? Right. So that is by applying one force in a certain direction. Now the same thing, I have 2 hooks here. We will use 2 forces but in the opposite direction. So I'll be pulling this loop towards my side and one of my students will pull using this Newton balance. Student will pull the plank in the opposite direction. So 2 forces will be applied in the opposite directions, and also since it's the same plank, you all know they are going to be coplanar forces. So now we will be applying 2 forces. Now can you see when it starts to move, the reading is 1.5 newtons. With 1.5 newtons, the plank is rotating. Can you all understand that? Okay. So that means initially, when we used only one force or when we applied only one force, we had to apply 3 Newton force. Why? The perpendicular distance from the point of rotation to this point was a certain value. But when you have 2 points and the distances are equal, that is another thing that you have to remember, students. The distances from the point of rotation are equal and the forces act in opposite directions and also they are coplanar forces. Then the magnitude decreases and this leads to a rotational movement, and that is what we call as couple of forces. Is that clear to you all? So 2 coplanar forces of equal magnitude acting in opposite direction gives rise to a couple of forces.